Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right, man, check this out. Well, I got a chance to review Spike Lee's latest film. It is called Da5 Bloods. It stars Delroy Lindo, Clark Peters, Isaiah Whitlock Jr., John Reno, and some other people. Spike Lee used, Spike Lee is known for using people that have played in some of his previous films. He uses them 2 or 3 times. So, he got some familiar faces in this movie. So, at the end of the day, basically, this movie tells the tale of 4 Vietnam veterans who travel back to Vietnam for 2 purposes. 1, to recover the remains of their fallen sergeant, played by Chadwick Boseman, and to recover some gold that they buried that is worth millions. And when I say millions, worth millions of dollars. So that's for their intended purposes. But along the way, they just run into a lot of problems. You could tell these dudes really care about each other. They all have different ideologies about life and just different perspectives, just period. But at the end of the day, they try to make it work. Now, of course, along the way, as they discover the gold, greed gets in the way. Just a lot of different things. They clash heads over certain things, over what they should do with the gold. They just clash, and usually that's nothing out of the ordinary to clash over money. But they run into quite a few problems as they discover the gold and, their sergeant's remains. They run into opposition that was supposed to be looked upon as just basically partners in the deal, but it appears that these dudes are out to, get the gold and keep it for themselves. So basically, it comes to people reneging on deals, and then basically at the end of the day, it comes down to, well, who'll make it over the hurdle. So nevertheless, this movie is a very interesting movie. The movie is very lengthy. It has a running time of 2 hours and 35 minutes, but it goes by very quick. There's never a dull moment in this movie. The cinematography in this movie is really extraordinary. Spike Lee does a great job with the cinematography in this movie. It's just outstanding acting. Very outstanding acting. You have to ask yourself, had this movie had a theater run, would it be a legitimate best picture contender? Now, keep in mind, they did announce that for this year in particularly, as far as the Oscars go, movies didn't have to have a theater run to qualify for Oscars. So you never know. You never know. But it's a great movie, man. It's a great movie. And like I said, there's very interesting dialogue in this movie. There's some other things that you should check out. They have this lady, and she's a disc jockey, but she was talking about some things about the war and how, well, basically how the United States manipulated black men into going to fight that war. Because keep in mind, a lot of black men did not sign up for the war. They were drafted. And they basically was talking about that you got took away from the fight in your own areas. Basically what was going on in the States with systematic racism and white supremacy. But basically what she was saying was that at the time in the 60s, black people only made up 10% of America's population, but yet 32% of the people sent to go fight in the war were black men. So that's very interesting. But nevertheless, I recommend this movie. It's solid. This your boy Town Biz. I'm out.